It's Nick. Yeah, I got a bit of a problem. Yeah, I was bitten. No, not in the fun, happy way. I was walking home on a full moon and I was bitten kind of a way. No, I didn't really see what bit me, but something bit me. No, I wouldn't call if it wasn't an emergency, so could you come over and check it out, please? Please, just come over and check it out. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright. Bye.
Moonlight is thought to transform some people into strange creatures to drive others mad.
One small step for man, giant leap for man.
Does the moon actually possess such strange powers, or is it all just lunacy?
Whew. Freaking cold outside.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think that wind has a katana. It's slicing right through you.
Seriously, wind chill below 0, definitely.
Well, thanks for coming, Jess. I can't tell you how much it means to me for you to be here. So.
Yes, definitely sounded important over the phone, so.
Freaking werewolf, bite, and
Yes.
how many werewolves do I know? So,
One.
yeah.
Yes, me. Haha. Which I guess is why I'm glad you called.
Yeah.
At least I can try to help.
Yeah, I second guess calling because,
Last time we saw each other, it was very awkward.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But, we're friends, and that's what matters. So I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here if you need me.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes.
I appreciate it. So,
Can I see the bite?
yeah, sure. Let's go over into the light. I'll show you the bites.
Fabulous.
All right.
Bit you on the shoulder?
On the shoulder, right there.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. But wait. It looks kind of weird. It doesn't. I mean, that doesn't really look like a werewolf bite. I'm not really sure what that looks like, but I do know somebody who might know.
Who?
His name is Professor Scott Beaver. He's a paranormal investigator out of Connecticut.
Beaver? Really? Is he small, furry, and does he build dams?
No, but he is the absolute authority on everything paranormal. He's absolutely brilliant, but a little bit strange. I can give him a call, though, and we can set up a video chat if you'd like. He can look at it.
Okay, let's give it a shot. What other
Fabulous.
options do I have?
Good point. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Voicemail. Hi, Professor Beaver, it's Jess. Hi, I have a special case that I'd like you to take a look at. I'm not really sure about what I'm seeing here, so I thought maybe a second opinion would be nice. But my friend Nick thinks that he may have gotten bit by a werewolf. Not to say that it's not a werewolf bite, but I just want a second opinion on it. And if you could give me a call back, I'd really love to set up a video chat with you so you can see it. Anytime tonight would be fabulous, so just give me a call and we'll set it up. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, well, he should get back to me soon, hopefully, so.
Great. Well, what do we do in the meantime?
You have your review clothes on.
I do have a review to do tonight. It might be nice to take my mind off of things. Although this week I'm reviewing The Wolfman.
Ironic.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I've got a great idea though. Yeah, why don't you sit in on the review with me? I can give the werewolf perspective on The Wolfman.
Huh. Sure. I mean, why not? It sounds like it could be fun.
Oh, great. Well, tell you what. Give me a second. I'll set up and we'll get started.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome everybody to the 5th episode of This Day in Movie History entitled The Bite. I'm the movie guru, helping to bring you enlightenment through film. And today we have a special treat for you. I'm being joined on this review by my good friend Jessica Skompinski. Say hello to the dozens of people watching out there.
Hi, guys.
And we're going to be reviewing the 1941 black and white film The Wolfman, in which she will be giving the werewolf perspective, a fresh perspective on this very classic movie. So let's jump right in. And once again, it's time for our notable birthdays. Born today and turning the age of 41 is one of the loveliest actresses ever to grace the silver screen, Jennifer Connelly. You might know her from such work as Blood Diamond, her more macabre Little Children, the beautiful and incredibly tragic House of Sand and Fog, The Hulk with Eric Bana, and A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, and last week's actor you should know, Ed Harris. Requiem for a Dream, which is very popular, but is certainly not one of my favorite films ever. Dark City, which is one of my favorite films ever, absolutely fantastic. The Rocketeer, done by the same director who just recently did Captain America, fantastic movie, one that I think everybody who saw as a child really enjoyed and definitely became one of their favorites. And the one that everybody knows her from, a great 80s classic, Labyrinth with David Bowie. Fantastic movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah. It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's a very good one. Also born today is Bill Nighy, turning the age of 62, most famously known for his roles in Pirate Radio, all 3 of the Underworld movies.
Yep, he played Victor in all 3 of those.
Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean, where people actually probably aren't sure of who he is. He actually plays Davy Jones, a lot of CGI effects in that one. He's also in Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, and Love Actually, one of my personal favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah. Playing Billy Mack.
Yes, Billy Mack.
Absolutely, a fantastic character.
Very odd singer, but a great character nonetheless.
Another birthday today is Tom Wilkinson, turning the age of 63. Now, he's another one that I should just devote an actor you should know segment to. He's absolutely fantastic. Not a lot of people know him. But he was Carmine Falcone in Batman Begins. He was in The Eternal Sunshine as the Doctor. Shakespeare in Love. He was the villain in Rush Hour. And in one of my favorite roles in The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which is a fantastic movie, though one I'm afraid my co-star here probably hasn't seen.
I have seen it, actually. I have seen it. It was a little bit scary at first, but once I got into it, it's actually really good.
Oh, good.
Last but not least, we have Frank Sinatra, who would have been turning the ripe age of 96 today. Most famously known as a singer, he also starred in movies such as Man with the Golden Arm, the original Ocean's 11, and the original Manchurian Candidate. A couple of my favorite songs by Old Blue Eyes, definitely The Way You Look Tonight, Come Fly With Me, or Come Fly Away, I'm actually not sure of the title on that one, and New York, New York.
Yeah. Some of my favorites are, of course, Mac the Knife. I love that song. And Witchcraft.
Yes,
Who
Witchcraft.
doesn't like Witchcraft?
Good song.
I think we've all been there. And unfortunately, a bit of sad news, we have a notable death today. Peter Boyle died at the age of 76 just 5 years ago today. He was a legend of comedy. Most people know him from his role on Everybody Loves Raymond as Raymond's dad.
Yes.
The only good part of that show, in my opinion. But, I'll always remember him as Frankenstein's monster in Young Frankenstein, the great Mel Brooks film. He was a wonderful, just beautiful comedian and a wonderful man, and he is sorely missed in today's comedy lacking world.
True that. Very good actor. Very funny. Very what's the word I'm looking for? Very, very sarcastic sense of humor. And
yeah, very dry, very
yes,
witty.
very dry.
Very dry,
Thank you.
very witty, sarcastic sense of humor about him.
Yes, good actor.
Well, and that's it for our notable birthdays. So we'll jump into what would normally be our entertainment news. Unfortunately, back in 1941, we didn't have websites. We didn't have paparazzi that were following around, reporting on celebrities' every movement. And there weren't really any major shows that focused in on news about entertainment or celebrities.
It's very popular back then.
And especially with everybody, with the whole world gearing up for World War II at this point, we didn't really have a lot of time for that anyways. Hollywood kept cranking out movies, but one of the major stories that happened on December 12th, 1941, was Hitler, after declaring war on America just earlier that month, ordered his final solution, the extermination of the Jewish race. Not really the thing that entertainment news is made of, and since there isn't really entertainment news, I'll just go through and mention some other films that were released in 1941 that are notable. Some of the best films released in 1941 include Citizen Kane, a classic that everybody should see if they haven't. The Maltese Falcon, which is a beautiful film noir movie with great old Bogey. Dumbo, the most racist film ever made by a Disney Corporation.
But good, nonetheless.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on that one. Suspicion and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, both directed by Alfred Hitchcock, a legend of film, and both very good movies.
I didn't know Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a Hitchcock film.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the one with Brad and Angelina, but
that makes sense.
It's a fantastic film that should be seen by all. And then Sergeant York, and one of my personal favorite films of all time, The 47 Ronin. Foreign Japanese film. If you ever have 4 hours to kill, give that one a view.
Yikes.
It's fantastic. And that's it for our news today, so we're going to jump right into our movie, which this week is the 1941 black and white classic starring Lon Chaney Jr., The Wolfman. Now see, this is what I love about watching these old movies. You get the new broad sweeping logo, and then you get the old logo.
Ooh, sparkly. What about the werewolf women? Is there no such thing as werewolf women back in the day, where all the boy werewolves just gay for each other and somehow spontaneously had babies walking around going, "Aroo, ooh, hello"?
Okay.
What about the werewolf women?
It's okay, Jess. It was before the women's movement. It's okay. They weren't all PC back then. And you'll be actually happy to know that one of the films that came later was the She-Wolf of London.
She-Wolf. That's what we're called.
Yeah,
She-Wolves.
yeah, you're a She-Wolf. But
great.
Yeah. So they came in later. It's okay. Ah, hey, old school green screen. Wow. Suddenly, mine doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, there's nothing like driving in front of a screen with a picture on it. Lunch. I'm hungry.
You're not gonna wolf out on me, are you? Because I got already one bite taken out of my shoulder today. Back to the movie, look! Stuff going on screen, yay! Larry Talbot and his father reconnect after the death of his brother in a tragic hunting accident through astronomy while Larry helps his father fix his telescope. And this brings us to our Actor You Should Know segment. And this week's Actor You Should Know is Lon Chaney Jr. Lon Chaney Jr. was born February 10th, 1906 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And he died July 12, 1973 at the age of 67 in San Clemente, California. He was 6 foot 2 inches tall, which was very tall for an actor back in those days. As you can see, he towers over everybody in this movie. He was the son of the silent film star Lon Chaney, who he always felt overshadowed by. Born in his parents' theatrical tour, he eventually joined them on stage at the age of 6, and he studied makeup alongside of his father, learning many of the techniques that made his father famous. It wasn't until after his father's death in 1930 that he went into the film business. In 1939, he was given the role of Lenny in Of Mice and Men, which was a very touching and always going to be remembered role of his. And of course, Wolfman in 1941. By the 1950s, he would have surpassed his father's success and established himself as a low-budget horror star. Bruce Campbell, anyone? And in big-budget films like High Noon, he also received much critical acclaim. Now, Lon Chaney Jr. also has played every major monster movie villain, with the exception of the creature from the Black Lagoon. He was the Wolfman in this 1941 picture, Wolfman. He was Frankenstein's monster in The Ghost of Frankenstein when he took over for Boris Karloff. He was in The Mummy's Tomb, playing Prince Karis, also a role he took over from Boris Karloff. And
Boris.
Yeah, that Boris. And he was also in The Son of Dracula, as Dracula, a role he took over from Bela Lugosi, who he worked with on this film. Now, Lon Chaney Jr. is a great actor. He brings this simple and kind of charming quality to a lot of his roles, and you should really check out a lot of his movies if you get the chance. He's a great horror movie star. He's done a lot of fun things, and that's what makes him this week's actor you should know. Back to the movie. And who does he spy through the telescope but our heroine? And deciding that he would really like to meet her after spying on her through the antique store window, he goes down there to see if he might buy some cufflinks or a cane or what have you, just to see what she's like.
Shape with spangles on it, golden.
Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't any like that just now.
Oh, yes, you have. Don't you remember? On your dressing table up in your room.
So apparently it's okay to be super creeper now. Even attractive? Like what?
Yeah. He's such a creeper.
When you're out at a club and you see a fly girl, do the creep and do the creep. And if you wanna make friends at the ATM, do the creep and do the creep.
And why is she turned on by this? He's so... Well, he picks out a cane from the woman's shop. We get our first mention of werewolves, and we get that poem, and our first mention of the pentagram.
Foreshadowing.
Right you are.
You know, my cousin actually knew the wolf that inspired the story Little Red Riding Hood.
No shit.
Yeah, seriously, it was a long time ago. I mean, obviously, but werewolves don't die, so he's still alive. You could meet him if you wanted.
Absolutely, I'd love to get his autograph. So did he actually know the Grimm brothers when they wrote down that story before it became all PC?
No, the stupid Grimm brothers messed the entire story up. That's not how it really happened. It was told through stupid Red Riding Hood chick's grandma, who is a loony. So the story is all kinds of messed up, but he was the wolf behind it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know. Larry repeatedly tries to make a date with our heroine, Gwen, with no success, until finally, when leaving, he says, "Hey, see you at 8 o'clock," giving her no choice.
And she actually waits for him. Who does that?
I know. Seriously, wait in the nice, pitch black, dark night alone for the super creeper that you just met. That's right. That's right. Wander off with the potential rapist.
Oh, Wolfbane. Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
We have the same poem 3 times in 5 minutes. I wonder if that's going to be important.
Apparently everyone knows about werewolves. Except the man who's going to turn into one. Go figure.
Well, they go to the gypsy camp for their date, an odd place to go, where we meet... Yay! Bela Lugosi, the original Dracula! Yes. Yay, Bella. Bella takes Jenny into his tent to tell her her fortune, and in the meantime, Larry and Gwen wander off into the woods to have some alone time. Ladies, let me ask you, Would you wander off into the woods with this man?
As a lady, my response would be no.
And you would be smart.
Yes.
Jesus. Of course, I guess that they made Larry such a creeper to illustrate the predatory instinct of the wolf.
I suppose, even though he's not even a wolf yet, I think he's just a creeper.
Yeah, he might just be a creeper. I think maybe they're setting it up so when he becomes a wolf, you're not surprised that he's all predatory and things. But
I guess that would make sense.
they could have toned it down a bit.
Just a little.
He's a creeper.
You see a country beach laying out at the beach. Do the creep and do the creep.
Ginny, the third wheel brought on their date, is spooked by Bella, and she runs off screaming into the woods.
Ruh-roh, chick screwed.
Yeah. She runs off into the woods, and she is attacked by a wolf and killed. Larry then beats the wolf to death with a cane he had purchased in the first scene, but not before being bitten.
Howling, the telltale sign of a werewolf? At least in the movies anyways. I mean, no real werewolf would actually howl before attacking. It doesn't make sense. It gives up your position and makes you go all unstealth mode. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's the silent predators of the night. They're the ninjas of the animal kingdom, if you would. So.
Yes. No howling. Movies messed it up. No howling.
Silent, jugular, dead.
Dead.
Then you howl.
Yes. Ow!
While investigating the death of Jenny Wilson, the police do not find the body of a wolf, but instead the body of Bella, who was the gypsy fortune teller in the previous scene. And he had been bludgeoned to death by the silver wolf cane. Irony. Yeah. The police come to investigate, and Larry's wound has completely healed. And there seems to be some homosexual tension between the constable and the doctor.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not the only one that sees that.
No, I definitely saw it too. It was a little awkward.
Little,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, doctor.
yeah,
A little
seriously.
awkward.
Larry goes to see Gwen and scares off a herd of bantering old biddies who are accusing her of getting Jenny Wilson killed.
It's not very nice.
No, it's a horror movie staple. You always have the old women going, "They're devil worshippers.
It
I
wasn't-
don't like them."
It wasn't even her fault. I mean, yeah, they went to a pretty sketch place with a pretty sketch guy on a pretty sketch night, but hey, it wasn't her fault.
Totally, no. It was the circumstance.
Yes.
At the gypsy funeral / party, Gwen and her fiance run into Larry, and they have a shooting contest, which is going very well until Larry can't bring himself to shoot the wolf target.
Hey, how about a little friendly competition? And then the low blow from the fiance. Think he's jealous much?
Oh, absolutely. Larry gets upset and runs off, where he runs into, once again, the old gypsy woman who unveils the whole plot, saying that Bella was a werewolf and that he will soon become a werewolf. What is so funny?
Scene was in Sandlot. Just saying.
Wait, where was the scene in Sandlot?
It was at the very end when the kid Benny is being chased by the dog and they run into the old theater and a black and white movie is playing. That's the movie.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. This was in the Sandlot.
I think it's supposed to accent off of the fact that Benny's being chased by a dog who's like supposed to be a monster. And
Yeah.
then it's the Wolfman that's playing.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's good. I like that. After leaving the gypsy woman and getting his fancy new piece of man jewelry, Larry then runs into Gwen again.
Oh, fancy meeting you here, Gwen. What? We're alone again? Let's go someplace dark, shady, and secretive.
And then Larry gives the gypsy charm to Gwen, saying that it will protect her. He doesn't know that. He just got it in the last scene. Suddenly he's an expert on gypsy lore.
Maybe.
Come on, movie. Come on.
How did he show the gypsy his wound? First of all, he said the wound disappeared. Second of all, he has on an undershirt.
Exactly. Silly old movies. Larry returns to Talbot Hall and then proceeds to transform into a werewolf and kill the gravedigger. Now, are werewolf, just for my own personal knowledge, since I may be becoming one very soon, are werewolf transformations that easy? Do you just
No,
like spread
I was
them?
actually really upset with the transformation in this movie. It's definitely not as easy and painless as that. You always wonder why werewolves howl and scream when they start changing. It hurts. It hurts really bad. You have to rip off your skin and, it hurts. It's really upset with the transformation. Very, very old school, not much thought put into it. So just so you know.
Yay. Something to look forward to.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to be a werewolf.
But we're awesome.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Alright. Well, later that night when Larry changes again, he is caught in a bear trap while being tracked by the villagers. And the old gypsy woman says a prayer that changes him back. Huh, well, that would be useful. I bet you'd like that. You wouldn't miss so many nights out with your friends.
I suppose it would be useful. I don't know if there's any spell that actually exists like that. But, question comes to mind, if she can change him tonight by saying this little prayer or spell or whatever, why can't she just change him back permanently?
Seriously. Gypsy magic for certain things, but not for other things.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Larry goes to see Gwen that night, and she wants to run away with him. Why she wants to run away with a creeper she's only known for a couple of days, I'll never know. But he sees the pentagram in her palm, and then chooses to run away, seeing as how she's going to be his next victim.
Why were you just talking with an English accent?
What's that?
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. I have absolutely no idea. Larry returns home to his father, who, let's face it, looks the same age as he does. While talking to Father Talbot about his son's condition, they discuss the scar and the psychological aspects, and the doctor actually has the gall to say that this scar could be caused by just about any animal. Really? Any animal? Really?
I think that badgers like to leave bite marks that look like pentagrams.
Yeah, badgers, those wacky hijacksters of the animal kingdom.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They could have done it. Maybe a flamingo did it.
No, I think the doctor's just a dumbass.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And his father decides to protect him. He ties him to a chair.
Strapping a werewolf to a chair always works, right? Obviously not, because shockingly, Larry gets away anyways and goes on a rampage.
And the ditzy Gwen decides to run through the forest at night looking for Larry. Yay, werewolf bait!
Yeah, don't follow the gypsy's advice, just doom yourself instead. Silly girls and their notions of heroism.
And after a brief struggle, Wolf Larry renders Gwen unconscious, and then his father is forced to beat him to death with his own cane.
Bummer, man.
The old gypsy shows up and delivers the same prayer again, turning Larry's wolf body back into his human body. The villagers arrive, surmise that Larry is in fact a hero and died saving Gwen's life, and the movie ends.
What an awful ending.
I know. Seriously, and the gypsy woman couldn't get there 5 minutes earlier before they had to beat him to death?
I don't know. She didn't want to keep him permanently a human anyways, so I don't really know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy in this. I don't know.
And he only had like 1 day left in the full moon cycle.
Seriously?
You know, he was going to be playing old Larry again for the next month. He couldn't chain himself up around the full moon, you know?
Apparently he was just too messed up in the head to even think straight.
Yeah.
Thinking he's a werewolf.
I think everybody in this movie was a little bit too messed up in the head to think straight. Maybe I need to learn that gypsy prayer. It'd save me some time on shaving.
Yeah, especially since you're going to be growing a lot of hair here in the near future.
That's a low blow.
It's true.
That's okay. Well, that's The Wolf Man with Lon Chaney Jr. Classic, albeit movie that doesn't quite hold up to today's standards. You know, it takes a lot more nowadays for people to get bothered by horror movies than it did back then, and this was considered a very taboo subject, so...
Yes, definitely. I don't really know. I mean, I know that it takes a lot to scare people in general. For me, it takes nothing, but that definitely wasn't scary.
No, but back then it was, and it does have its...
Oh, text message from Professor Beaver. He set up the video chat.
Oh, good. Okay, well, let's log on to my computer and see what he has to say. We'll see you guys again in 2 weeks, I hope, if I'm not all hairy and running around, you know, eating sheep. People. Yeah.
Oh.
I prefer sheep. Yeah.
Or people.
I'll work up to people.
Okay.
Unless I find somebody I really hate.
Yeah, that's what it's good for, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This thing's set up. There he is. Hi, Professor.
Hello, Jess. Long time. Got your message. What do you need?
This is my friend Nick, the one that I was telling you about. He thinks that he's been bitten by a werewolf.
Well, Jess, I'm flattered you'd call me, but you of all people should know if it was a werewolf bite or not.
It looked similar, but there's just something really weird about it.
Well, there are several questions to determine what actually bit him. As for the strangeness, it could be a werewolf from a different region. I mean, there's lots of different variables. Nick, what did this thing look like?
Oh, can I...
Do you want to switch now?
Yeah. I didn't actually see anything. It chased me down and it bit me on the shoulder, but I didn't actually see it.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you several questions. If you could just answer them to the best of your knowledge. Have you ever been to Louisiana?
No.
Met any strangers on or near crossroads?
No.
You wouldn't still have your appendix, would you?
No.
Are you the keymaster?
No.
If someone asks you if you're a god, you say...
Yes! Is this guy fucking with me? These are Ghostbusters references. Are any of these questions serious?
Have you noticed any unusual reactions to silver? That one's a legitimate one.
No.
In the last week, have you woke up naked, covered in blood that's not your own?
No.
Technically, I don't know if that one counts, because I have woken up naked, covered in blood, and I am not a werewolf. I don't suppose you've come across any Navajo medicine men wearing animal masks lately, have you?
No.
Well, you're definitely not a skinwalker. Have you noticed any changes in height or posture?
Yes!
Wait, really?
No!
Ha. Team Edward, Team Jacob.
This is your expert? This guy?
Are you of Russian descent and possibly angered the devil?
No, this is ridiculous. What does this have...
Well, I can safely say you're not a Wakalak. Wakalak. That's a real thing.
Jesus.
Well, I don't know what to say. That doesn't sound like any werewolf species that I know of. Jess, other than the bite, has he exhibited any, strange behaviors?
Yeah, actually he did. He slipped into a British accent earlier tonight.
Really? Nick, did you hear something that sounded kind of like a swarm of bees right before the attack?
Yeah. Why?
Let me see the bite.
It's...
Oh.
What? Why?
That's not a werewolf bite. It is so much worse. You need to get out of there right now.
Wait, what's going on?
What is it?
Yeah.
The same thing happened in 2010 in South Africa. It's a soccer hooligan. You have to get out of there before he turns.
Before I transfer. Oh, Manchester United, yeah!
Oh my god.
Fucking
Yes,
Oh my
you
god.
gotta get out of there.
Get some
Run.
beers and some
Run.
women!
No,
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Yeah!